Central today, dealing with dollar devaluation. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5-Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Coming up next week, we're going to get Ron Paul on, probably Rand Paul. We got Judge Napolitano coming on to break down the election aftermath. We're going to be following the Federal Reserve's announcement coming up in about 2 hours from now. They've already basically telegraphed that they're going to have quantitative easing, $50 to $100 billion a month of buying our own debt. The Communist Chinese are the biggest owners, and in just a few months, this will make the private Federal Reserve the biggest owner of our debt, and then they're paid interest on the debt that they set the policy for. That is just incredible. We're going to be looking at all the races around the country. We're going to be looking at what's going to happen if Republicans don't deliver on getting rid of Obamacare, if they don't control the borders. Remember, the Republicans, in the last Congress, before Obama took over, they wanted open borders too. What's going to happen in this country? We've also got the report at PrisonPlanet.com. Did Harry Reid steal Nevada? Clearly, there was fraud going on. We're doing the Google search term today of Steal Nevada, so people will then go read our article breaking down the fact that there was a 5-point margin of victory, highly suspicious given pre-election polls showing Sharon Angle ahead, combined with reports of vote flipping for Reid. That's mainstream news confirming that, on machines controlled by Reid's son. He runs the most populous county there. He's the election official, and serviced by the corrupt pro-Reid union. So this is huge news. And to discuss this with us is Talk Radio Network syndicated talk show host Eric Mancow Muller. Good to have you here with us, Mancow.
Hey, Alex. Look, I've been all over this thing, and I think I might really make you mad.
Okay.
I think I might really irritate you. Let me explain something. First of all, it's the Diebold Company, I believe, and the unions behind these machines are absolutely in Harry Reid's pocket. I had a lot of phone callers, people telling me that they would go in and vote for Engel, and they would see Reid pop up. There was power outage. There was a lot of shenanigans. But I also want to say, since I last spoke with you, I talked to some of the heads of the Republican Party there in Nevada, and I wonder what you make of this. They all told me they didn't vote for her. And I said, well, why not? And they said, because Reid has gotten us so much money. And I said, well, that's against your principles. And again, this goes back to what you and I always talk about, which is we always look at the puppets, which are the Republican candidates or the dummy crap candidates, but we don't pay attention to the puppet masters, who's really controlling things. And what about your core values? These are top Republicans in Nevada, and they didn't vote for Engel. They voted for Reid because they like that money. It's quite disgusting. So maybe they didn't show up for Engel like we thought. Here is something that's really suspect. And I don't know if you know about this story. This is just breaking. But Engel's hometown, Sharon Engel's hometown, her little town, overwhelmingly voted for Reid, which seems impossible. It does seem like the fix is in, but then again, she was not a very popular candidate with many of those that would vote for her. But
in every major poll, she was 2 to 5 points ahead, and then he gets a 5-point lead on top of that. That's a 7 to almost 10-point swing. And, and regardless, Eric, looking at this, we know that it's wrong to have his son running the most populous county where most of the votes were cast. And we know going back weeks ago, it was in the local papers, it was on local TV. Reporters confirmed that thousands of people could not vote for Sharon Engel. It would not let them vote for her. It was only Harry Reid. And so how do you have a union that's openly endorsing him, running the machines, and then magically this happens? And then I heard the spin last night. I heard it on NPR this morning that, oh, we talked to this Republican who thought she was too extreme and that she couldn't bring in all the money that the Senate Majority Leader could, with all of his tenure. So they're selling it that, well, it's all this pork barrel. I don't buy it, Mancow.
Well, look, I hear what you're saying. I personally talked with some of the top Republicans there, and they did confirm that they didn't like Sharon Engel. I do feel that many Republicans feel that this Tea Party movement is like a pet rattlesnake. They act publicly like they're okay with it because, the Tea Party is basically Republican ideals that they abandoned with Bushy. I have stood in the studios of all the top radio personalities, and I know that they get their marching orders from the Republican Party. And again, we're talking about people selling out their core values for the Republican Party.
Well, they have public meetings. They have, it's just like Obama with the so-called African-American media openly giving them money.
Yeah. I don't want to sell anybody out, but you can think of, we're talking top 5 radio hosts that are...
Well, wait a minute. It's admitted that Sean Hannity, Beck, Limbaugh, and others had meetings with Bush in the White House.
Well, look, I was invited to the White House, and I didn't do it. I could have had, Al Gore would have co-hosted with me, but he had to have every question up front. I could have had the first, this doesn't really relate, but I could have had the first interview with O.J. after the trial. But, they wanted everything scripted, and I just won't play that game. The fact is that if I wanted to do the Republican talking points, and the same thing with you, Alex, we would be worth a lot more money, and our radio shows would be a lot bigger. I'm not willing to play the game. And, having been on Fox every day for 7 years and done what I've done and met all these people and been into all their offices and know many of them personally, I love when I tell someone the truth and they say, oh, no, no, that's not it.
No, exactly. I mean, going back for myself 12 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I've been in the offices with the big radio execs, and they say, look, you want to be a star or continue this crusade, be a mainline Republican, play ball, and basically you're not going to have editorial control. We're going to have producers that basically tell you what to cover. And I said no to money that was at one time 10, 15 times, what I was making at that time. So you're absolutely right. And the Democrats are under that similar control with George Soros and Media Matters and all the rest of these people. But let's shift gears then.
Wait a minute, Alex. Alex.
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes.
I mean, I'm talking about radio companies that own, well over 1,000 radio stations. They've said to me, look, Mancow, it's people, the American people are stupid. They understand Democrat and they understand Republican. You have to pick a side and just stick with it. And, look, I'm a little bit liberal in some ways. I'm a little bit conservative. I'm a little bit libertarian. Most Americans are all over the place. And what people need to know is this really is, I mean, as a child, I was backstage and saw Hulk Hogan, hanging out with the Iron Sheik. You go backstage, you see the Globetrotters with the generals. It's a put-on. And here's the point I was getting to, Alex. I must make this point, and then I won't talk again. But folks need to know, Rand Paul, Rubio, and some of these people don't get discouraged because this Tea Party movement, the Karl Roves, the Newt Gingriches, and I like Newt a lot, but they are freaked out. People need to know that this Tea Party movement is organic and it is real. And there's great hope in Rand Paul. Folks, if you watched the news last night, how incredible was that? Rand Paul's speech. It was Ayn Rand. It was Reagan. It was Thomas Jefferson. And the minute he was done, they all started bashing him. They cannot let these people, they cannot let this Tea Party movement get ahead. That's why they were so vicious. And she was kooky. She was kooky, this Christine O'Donnell out of Delaware. But they have to destroy it. They have to label it racist. They have to do whatever they can. Both sides are freaked out by the Tea Party movement, and that's the point I wanted to make. Thank you, Alex.
No, and that's exactly where I was going. The real Tea Party, started by Ron Paul 2007, is constitutional, knows how to fix this country, get us back to the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, get out of this police state. And Ron Paul in all the polls is popular with Democrats, Libertarians, and Republicans. He's winning all the big CPAC polls. And we need to have a movement for Ron Paul to be Speaker of the House, not John Boehner. Better than Boehner, would be Michelle Bachmann, but the best choice is Ron Paul. And the system is scared, and that's why 2 weeks ago internal memos from the Republican Party got leaked where they talked about we've got to pose as Tea Party. We've got to talk about being against the world government to get into power and to control this movement. So you've got the establishment Republicans and establishment Democrats attacking the Tea Party, the Republicans from within by co-opting, and the Democrats from without. And you absolutely hit the nail on the head, Mancow, mancow.com, whenever we go over this information, because the new talking point out of MSNBC and out of CNBC is that the Tea Party candidates are going to cause a depression, and that was the talking point on MSNBC with Maddow, Oberman, and Slimeball, Matthews. They all said he's not going to let us print more money. He's going to cause a depression. So we now see them denying we've been in a depression. Now they're going to blame it on the new Congress as they admit we're in a depression and claim that the Tea Party did it. We've got to get out ahead of this new talking point and setup. Mancow, your comment.
Oh, buddy, look, first of all, everybody talks about Palin and all of these different women. As a flaming heterosexual, may I just say I find Michelle Bachmann spectacular, and I love her mind. Her mind is very sexy, and she was on with Chris Matthews, and she wouldn't be sucked into the trap. It's a trap, and while we're talking about a trap, absolutely, the Republicans getting put in if they don't do anything, and I wonder if the dummy craps aren't counting on them doing nothing, and if it's not a trap, so that they won't blame the hard times ahead on the Republicans, and that will guarantee blah blah. And his teleprompter, another god-awful 4 years. No, I know exactly what you're saying. Listen, the treatment of, let's think about this. Meg Whitman, she spent, $145 million of her own money. She was called a whore by Jerry Brown, Governor Moonbeam, Fiorini, Linda McMahon. all of these women, Christine O'Donnell, they were called the B word. Angle, they called the B word repeatedly on The View. The Tea Party called teabaggers. And the treatment of Michelle Bachmann on MSNBC last night, folks, I would say you wouldn't treat a dog like that, but let's say it this way.